Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Houston Voyagers and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Voyagers and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go!
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. It's Williams on the catch. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Trubisky. Screenplay, Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to back him up almost a full 10 yards. It's going to be a loss of 9 officially, and it's 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to not drive it away and bring up 2nd down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll set up a throw. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll look to throw here. Looking middle, and that's complete. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 3 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. There you go, Charles. His first.
Touchdown, Houston.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Well, Mike Tomlin says let's go ahead and go for 2. They're going to look to throw. And off the deflection, it's caught. And this play is not going to work. He stopped short of the goal line, and this will remain a 7-6 ball game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Trubisky to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. A first down carry here for Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And Oliver with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll set up to throw. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, pumped out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sideline as a head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a man open down the middle of the field. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll drop the throw. And an alley to run. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. We'll get the football. Interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate. You keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jeffrey Simmons coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Now the 2nd down throw on target. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 18. First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice,
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And the Cowboys now, they've opened things up in that one. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's complete to Hopkins. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins as time expires in the first half. And his guys have taken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
80 weapon. 53. Check 53. It's going to be a 2.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. 2nd and long. He completes it to Julio Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. Good gains there back-to-back for Houston in the passing game, and another first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hurd. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back to throw here. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This could very well be 4-down territory, but right now we focus on 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
I can just see it now. They're on the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 27. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Looking, and got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They lost last week. Actually, not only did they lose, they were shut out, but they've got the lead here right now. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run it with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Trubisky. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
First and 10 at the 40.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
First and 10 at the 31.
Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
You're looking there, the defensive back is maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. 2nd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They'll look to throw, and they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Dante Fowler able to record his 5th sack of the season. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's 2nd and 8. This pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Hurd, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, an all-out battle on 4th and goal, offense versus defense, and the offense won it.
And I'm just wondering what was going through the minds of the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Were they playing the run too much? Were they not focused that the whole playbook was open in that situation? Give the offensive guys a lot of credit. I just wonder what the defensive guys were thinking.
They'll look to throw again, and this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They run. It's Johnson. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Open man is heard. It's complete. And quickly they get to the line. They'll set up to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. An 11-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jeffrey Simmons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Mike the 59. 6-man.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. He'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Hurd. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Hurry.
23 yards on the play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right?
No.
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's yelled it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation... Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches...
Be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because...
You're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 7. And the pressure gets to him again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Trubisky picked by his former teammate Adrian Amos. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on all.